Hi everybody! So tonight we're cooking coconut chicken tacos and we're going to try something with a mini waffle maker. We're going to try and make, I guess apple waffles with Pillsbury flaky roll dough. So stay tuned for that at the end because that's dessert. So it should be a fun night. Tonight we're featuring, it's Cedar Creek. Cedar Creek 2018 estate grown, and it says the Senator. It's a BC wine. I think I had this in a restaurant a couple weeks ago. And of course you get the bill at the end of the night. The waitress highly recommended the Cedar Creek wine. So I thought, sure, I'll try it. I tried a bit. It tasted really good. How much could a glass of wine really cost? Yeah. 2 glasses of this stuff was $30. You heard me right. 30. And it is that good, I will say. Maybe $30 for 2 glasses. Live and learn, right? It was really good wine, and dinner was great that night too. So we found this bottle, and it wasn't $30 for the bottle. It was a lot less than that. This was $14. So there you go. Cedar Creek Estates. So we'll untwist the top there and give that a whirl while we cook some coconut chicken tacos tonight. While I pour a glass, I'll tell you about the coconut chicken tacos. We are gonna substitute some stuff, a glass for the production assistant because he worked extra hard in the background tonight. We're gonna substitute some stuff in this recipe simply because I think it'll be easier. That's the main thing if we do that. And second, I think it'll be tastier than if we follow the actual recipe that I found. There are lots of recipes for production assistant. Did you want your one? There are lots of recipes for coconut chicken tacos, but they all have a Thai food flair, and this one's not going to have a Thai food flair. So, yeah. So, you're going to need a glass of wine and a first sip. Yep, that's the stuff that I had that night. So good. So what are you gonna need? We're gonna use the wok pot again, but you're gonna need something to cook the tacos in. You can use either hard or soft taco shells. We're going to use soft taco shells. The recipe calls for corn tortillas. So I believe, and feel free to comment and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe those are the hard taco shells. But we prefer to use the soft shells. So that's what we're going to use. You're going to need a can of coconut milk. And honestly, if you've seen the last couple videos, coconut milk has become a staple in our house. Stuff is crazy expensive. Oh, good Lord, we're going to put the hamster down on the floor to run around while I'm doing this. What could possibly go wrong with that? Oh, what a great Saturday night we're going to have. All right, so a can of coconut milk. Like I said, this stuff is crazy expensive, but it's a new favorite in our house. And my production assistant was talking about The difference in the leftover rice, if you cook it with coconut milk, he says it actually doesn't get as dry as rice that's cooked without coconut milk and leftover, because sometimes leftover rice can be really dry and ugh. But apparently with coconut milk, not so much. I haven't had a chance to try any of the leftover coconut milk rice because he keeps eating it all. So there you go. Oh, the hamster's off and running. So you may get to see Stella the hamster during tonight's episode. Who knows? So there you go. A can of coconut milk. You need yourself some hot sauce. So we have just the plain Frank's red hot sauce. But we also have the Chipotle hot sauce. This is the one we're gonna do. It's thicker and it's hotter than just the regular one. So you need some hot sauce. You need yourself some purple. Don't mind my bowls. If you know where I can get some really great demonstration bowls, let me know. And some regular cabbage. Shredded. There you go. Need some green onion. Not to worry if you hear the dog in the background and you know the hamster's running around. The dogs are locked up, so the hamster can run around. This is like the most amazing part of this whole thing. I think other than probably the coconut milk, this is shredded pickled beets. Oh, so good. And we broke the bank on ours. I'll show you the ones that we got. And when I say we broke the bank on these, this thing was like $6. They came from BC, so they're local. So there you go. Glenwood Valley Farms beet pickles. Beets, vinegar, sugar, and water. And they do have a website, the GlenwoodValleyFarms.com. You can find these at Langley Farm Market. That's where we got ours. They are delicious and just the right size. And we were able to shred them, as you saw. So there you go. Put those away. You are also going to need one chicken breast cut up into taco size. Now, I'll go over the substitutions at in a moment here. You're also going to need guacamole. And I didn't think I was going to find any ripe ones at the store to make guacamole. So we bought some guacamole minis, but then forgot that I actually did find a package of avocados that would have been great to make guacamole tonight. But we're going to use the minis, and then we'll... Oh, there's the hamster. We're going to use the minis tonight, the guacamole minis, and we'll spice them up a little bit. So, and hello, Stella. Yeah, so there you go. So either make some guacamole or grab yourself some guacamole minis. Now, I don't know if my short arms, because the lime rolled back, you need the zest of one lime, and we have not zested the lime yet, so we'll probably have to do that, okay? If you can't zest a lime because you can't get your hands on one or whatever, just use lime juice. We're going to use the zest, though. We're going to use matchstick carrots because we have them left over. You don't have to, but we're going to add these. We may or may not, but some shredded cheese. I didn't have any Tex-Mex. We just have the medium cheddar on hand, and so that's what we're going to use. Don't use an Italian cheese for this, please, and don't use pizza mozzarella. Yes, that's it. For dessert, we grabbed ourselves one of these. They're called a Dash Mini Waffle Maker. You can get them at London Drugs. I think you can probably get them at Safeway too. Safeway, Walmart, as well. So it'll be our first time using this. This is going to be so much fun. You're going to need some apples, and then we've got apple pie spice or some cinnamon and nutmeg. And then the flaky rolls. That's what we're going to use. That'll be dessert. For seasoning for the chicken along with the coconut milk and the hot sauce, you can either hit it with a fajita seasoning or a taco seasoning. We're going to use taco. And then, of course, grab yourself a really good guacamole mix if you're going to make the guacamole from scratch. So this is the Epicure brand one, and we go through a lot of it. It's really great. But you can also just buy the packaged ones in the store, too. There's a lot of really good ones in the store, too. All right. And we're not going to use sesame oil like you've seen in the last couple recipes. Tonight we're going to use just olive oil. So we're going to put that in our pan. I don't know, maybe a tablespoon-ish. And yeah, I'm gonna let that heat up for a minute. And while that's heating up for a minute, let's cheers to Saturday night. And let me tell you about some of the substitutions. So we're using a chicken breast, an uncooked chicken breast. The original recipe for this, it was hard to tell, but it looked like it called for you to take a rotisserie chicken, rip the breast meat off, and shred it, and then do like the coconut milk thing. But it called for 2 pounds of that, which is a lot. So you could, I suppose, use rotisserie chicken for this recipe, but we're just using a fresh chicken breast, so we'll see. It also asks you to add cilantro. We're not huge cilantro fans in our house, so we're not going to add it. But that was in the original recipe that I found. A half a teaspoon of cumin was also in the original recipe. I'm going with the taco seasoning. So if you weren't going to go with the taco seasoning, hit it with the cilantro. And half a teaspoon of cumin and some salt and pepper. And then, of course, we talked about the corn tortillas instead of the soft ones. So that's it. So our pan is, my stove is quite aggressive because it's got that turbo boil feature, which I turned it to. So we got the oil nice and hot. In with the chicken. I hate this part. Always scares me. Hi, Stella. Hi. Hi, Stella McCartney. Okay. So there you go. So that's cooking a little bit more. So yeah, if you've seen some of our other videos, you've probably heard of Barry Manilow the Chihuahua, Jay-Z the Chihuahua, and we have Stella McCartney the hamster. So we have a full house in here. Hi, girlfriend. Whoa, you gotta slow that down. You gotta slow that down, little one. Alright. So you want to make sure your chicken is mostly cooked through, I suppose. The recipe was kind of vague. Keep the chicken moving so that it doesn't stick to the bottom of your pan. I find that with olive oil, the meat tends to stick to the pan a little bit more than with the sesame oil. You could have used non-stick spray for this, the Costco non-stick spray, but alright, that seems about good. And with the coconut milk. Straight up, I gotta tell you, coconut milk smells really good. What's in that pan does not look appetizing. So, we'll see. Ooh, we'll get this stirred. I would say we have coconut chicken soup right now. You don't want to dump the coconut milk in when this is too hot because you'll scald it. So now that it's in, I'm going to turn the heat up again and I'm going to just try to get it to a little bit more of a boil. Because this should simmer down and thicken according to the recipe. We're going to go in with a teaspoon or so taco seasoning. Give that a stir. Oh, it is thickening up. I would say the ratio of sauce to chicken with a full can of coconut milk. Maybe I should have only used half the can. It's okay though. I'm just going to keep this aside because we need to do that to taste. Give our hot sauce a good shake. Hit it with hot sauce to taste. So some, none, a lot, whichever is to your taste. That's actually really good. And you know what? That would make a really tasty soup too. So we need that to cook down a little bit. Zester for our lime. I love the smell of freshly zested lime. for a second, give this a swirl because we really got it boiling now. So I'm going to turn it down to a simmer. It's really hard with this thing to tell which side is which. You want to do this lemon zesting thing to taste. Or sorry, lime zesting thing to taste. I think that seems about right. And it is reducing the coconut chicken mixture. That's really good. I'm just breaking the chicken up a little bit more. Yeah, I definitely would have used 2 chicken breasts for this. I might actually, we happen to have a rotisserie chicken in the fridge, and I might actually break into the rotisserie chicken in the fridge. Just to add some more chicken, because 1 chicken breast for this is not enough. I think you would have, with 1 chicken breast, I would have used half a can of coconut milk. So we're gonna take a break and grab our rotisserie chicken and throw some of the rotisserie chicken in here as well, so that there's a higher ratio of chicken to sauce. Because that is definitely not going to reduce a whole lot more. So, and these things happen when you cook and you're using a recipe for the first time. So cheers, we'll be right back. We're going to grab the rotisserie chicken out of the fridge and add a little bit more chicken to the pot. So again, like I said, if you're going to use a whole can of coconut milk, use 2 chicken breasts at least, okay? We'll be right back. Cheers, everybody. Hi, everybody. Okay, and so we're back. Wow, that took a really long time to cook the chicken. Like I want to say almost 30 minutes to get it to reduce, and we added like half a rotisserie chicken to the chicken breast. So I know I said at the beginning of the video, use a fresh chicken breast, cancel, no, don't do it. Use a rotisserie chicken, and take the breast meat off and put that in, and it'll work way better. So this is what you should end up with. It reduced right down once we put the rotisserie chicken in. Now, oddly enough, this tastes a little bit like if you were to take chicken and gravy, like a herbed gravy. I don't know why it tastes like that, but it actually oddly does. So I think this chicken mixture would probably be great over mashed potatoes actually as well. Again, it's going to depend on how much lime you use and how much hot sauce you use. That's definitely going to make a difference. But like I used a full-on lime. Like you saw me zest basically the whole lime, and then I stabbed that thing, cut it open, and put the lime juice in there too to make it more limey, and nope. So I think if you were to make this recipe from the way it was meant to be made, you would be making chicken and gravy, which you could definitely put over waffles. So shredded rotisserie chicken is what's going to work best for this. If you can't get that and you don't have that, cook 2 chicken breasts instead of 1. If you're going to use a whole can of coconut milk, and shred it. A couple of forks. It'll work great. So there you go. While that was going on, we cut up the apples for our, I guess our apple waffle dessert. And I put them in this thing here because it's going to go in the microwave. If you don't have one of these microwave safe cooking thingamabopper doomahickeys, you can roast the apples in the oven with some cinnamon and nutmeg and clove and butter, and get the same thing that I'm going to get when I pop this in the microwave. You want to cook it till the apples are tender. And obviously when the butter melts, or as the butter starts to melt, you want to mix it. I think I have for this is 2 apples chopped up finely. And I have about a tablespoon of butter in here with the spices and the apples. And if you want to know what the little mini waffle maker looks like, there she is. It's called a Dash. This is the most basic one, but you can get one that's a little fancier. It's got like a leopard print on it, I think, and there's one that has like pineapples. I don't know that they have any extra features, but they're slightly more expensive. But this was like $15, I think, and the ones with the patterns on them I think were 20. But definitely, and that was on sale. Full price, they're like $30 or under. So we'll see what happens. And they come with a really cool recipe book. And so I'm flipping through this and I'm like, oh, I wonder if these people want to see me first thing in the morning. Because, you know, there's like chocolate taco waffles. Do not. Chocolate taco waffles. What else is there? Banana bread waffles. Pizza waffles. Classic waffles, of course. And I've seen people do this thing where they take shredded cheese and then they put dill pickles, like sliced dill pickles, on top of the shredded cheese, and then more shredded cheese on top of that, and then they put it in this thing for 3 minutes and it makes this cheese pickle thing, and it's supposed to be really good. So maybe we'll try that one day too. But for now, we'll put our apple mixture aside. Don't do this for too long because your apples will turn brown, okay? I'm just doing this so that you can see how we're going to plate the tacos. All right. Quick stir. Now I'm going to move this off the element really quickly. And you need something to heat. If you're going to use the soft tacos, you need something to heat them up with. So that's just what I'm grabbing. One second. Not there. I wish I had the help of the production assistant right now. Oh, hang on. You know, there's gonna be some banging. Okay, there we go. I feel like I have just about every appliance known to man in this kitchen, but crepe pan. There you go. So that's what we're gonna use. No oil or nothing. We're just gonna get that warm. These aren't going to stick to the pan when we warm them up. Cool Mexican designed plates. Give yourself a hey yeah. Because you made it this far, even with the screw up with the chicken. What are you thinking of the lipstick color? It just came in the mail the other day. I don't know. I'm of two minds. Bright. Definitely bright. So we'll warm this up. Then we'll build ourselves a taco. So notice we're not using any salsa for this, and we're not using any sour cream. I don't know why, but the recipe didn't call for that, but maybe it's because this chicken is super saucy. So you need to heat these bad boys up so that they soften up and you can get them to safely do something like that. This is a fun meal to cook for a date night. Guys, super simple, super easy for you to cook. If you've got your significant other or partner or whatever coming over, this is really easy to cook too. Lots of fun to do together. So, right. So like I said, not too terribly long. We'll turn that off. So, see, it's nice and pliable now, and it's not going to break when we go to bend it. Okay, so you're just going to start with it flat. You're going to hit it with some of your chicken mixture. The key to these things is to not stuff them too much. It smells so good. So I would say like that. Oh, sorry, it doesn't look the greatest, but it smells really good. And then you're going to hit it with green cabbage, purple cabbage, a couple of your matchstick carrots, a couple of your green onions. I just want to grab a spoon for the beet mixture. Production assistant, do you want to try a taco?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I put a little bit of the beet mixture on there. Well, that might have been a little aggressive with the beet mixture, but okay. I'm going to hit it with some guacamole now. That guacamole is not bad. Oh. They're stuffed quite. Maybe I was a little aggressive with the stuffing, but just so you can see what it looks like. There you go. And we'll get a review from the production assistant. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do we got?
9.5.
We got a 9.5.
Because I didn't make
High five, everybody! High five! High five! We screwed up the chicken and we still got a 9.5. Woo! Yes! Yes, 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 yes. We will put that in the win column for the coconut chicken tacos. Can't believe it. Can't believe they worked. Oh, I didn't put any cheese on. Do they need cheese, yes or no?
Cheese is always good. Like bacon.
Oh, and now he's saying we could have added bacon bits too. More ideas for you. Okay, so this isn't gonna take long, I don't think. I'm gonna pop these in the microwave for a minute and then I'll check them. I'm gonna bring this over here. Oh, wait. Oh shit. Okay. It straight out of the gate, it heats up. There's like no on or off. Maybe I should have grabbed our supplies first. You gotta have some confidence when you're working with this. How was it? Was it good? Woo! Oh. Okay. Let's check these. So if you're doing this in the oven, these are probably gonna take 20 minutes in the oven to soften up. Yeah, they need just a little bit more time. Oh, they smell so good. But I'm just giving them a quick stir, right, because of the butter. I should have told you what kind of apples to use. You can probably Red Delicious would work really good. I'm hitting this for another minute. Red Delicious, I've never used Granny Smith apples, like the green ones, to cook anything like this, but they might work really well too. These are Fuji apples, and they're really good. But they're a little on the sour side, so I might add a bit of sugar if I were you, but I think Red Delicious apples would probably be your best bet, or the Granny Smith apples if you like it a little bit more tart. All right, pretty sure of that. Oh yeah. Yep, there we go. These things are great. You can get them from that company called Epicure. That's hot. Sorry, language. Sorry. YouTube, please don't ban me because I used the F-bomb, the hard F-bomb. Sorry. I was really sorry, but this really is hot. Right. Oh, it smells good. So there we go. All right. Production assistant, do you want to supervise what we're going to do? Okay. All right. I'm going to hit that with some non-cooked cooking spray. Oh my god, the production assistant's coming. Okay, I need to move this for you guys in case this goes totally sideways like the chicken incident. Okay, so apparently you just take this and you stretch it out.
Please tell everyone this is the TikTok thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. You can find us on TikTok. Our
no,
TikTok
this recipe is a TikTok thing.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess you just scoop the apples. Okay, I don't know. Like this. On top. I'm taking another one. I've pulled it. You know what? I'm not going to pull it apart. I was going to say I pulled it apart, but I'm not going to pull it apart. I'm going to put it over top. Like that. Oh, it's hot. I promise not the hard F-bomb again, though, like we just had.
Bye all. Still wine. Bye-bye.
It's working. It's working. We could be 2 for 2 tonight. So put that off to the side. Heat ourselves up a taco. feel like it's like Jeopardy. I'm pushing down on it gently just to squish the. It smells done. It looks a little golden brown, but I question whether or not that was long enough because that really was not that long.
It'll take like 2 minutes.
The dough's not done. The only thing I'll say is that maybe what I would have done was not spread out the dough. But this is our first one, so we'll make another one. Live and learn. Oh, we lost control of the taco in the background. Alright. That's hot. Alright, so we'll hit this taco with some chicken. After the chicken stands, you guys, it gets a little less saucy. Still moist, but a little less saucy. This. This.
No. Stella. No, Stella, no. I'll hold it, Stella.
Some of this.
Too bad, now you're screwed. You know. You're for both of us.
Beets.
Yeah, you're for both of us.
Guac.
You're for both of us.
Let's see what these are. See what these taste like. Oh God, that is good. Do it. Do it. Oh my God, these are amazing. Oh no. Coconut milk and chicken in a taco. I get the 9.5. Oh yeah. Hard F-bomb. I gotta put the taco down to check the waffle. Oh my God, it's popping up. See? I don't know. I'd say
Guinea pig time.
yeah, I don't think this is cooked though.
No.
So I'm gonna try to pick this thing up and move it around to like the back and then try to cook the dough at the back.
Too much dough.
Too much dough. That's from the production assistant. Okay. Alright. That's what we ended up with. And we'll see. Did it work? Apparently it's hard F-bomb hot.
Real hot. Real hot.
Did it work?
So, hey, fuck.
I got it. Possibly tastes like it worked. he's grabbing the syrup. Maple syrup.
The good shit.
Hey, easy. YouTube will ban us if we start using the hard S words and F bombs.
We're drinking while cooking, so what do you think?
Scale of 1 to 10?
I would use less dough.
Okay. We'll try again. Less dough. I believe when I originally saw the recipe, you were supposed to take it one of these discs and try to make maybe half them. That might make more sense. Like that. So I'll stretch it out a bit. Just enough that I can put some apple mixture on top. I'm not going to spray it again. Put some apple mixture on top. This on top. Spray it out. Let's try that. Oh, I see how that might work better.
COVID.
No. No, not COVID. I think it was the spices in the apple. Whoo! Is it good?
7.5.
7.5, but we've got it going with like less dough.
We need maple syrup.
Oh, need the addition of maple syrup. Which I didn't even think of.
The good shit.
I think, you really gotta watch it because the dough starts to puff up at a certain point. And so I think you probably have to... It doesn't lock like a regular waffle maker probably would.
It's $15, who cares?
He ate the whole thing, so it's gotta be pretty good.
That was really good, Bob. Thank you.
I probably would lump maybe some vanilla ice cream on top of this. It'd be really good on top of this. I didn't even think. You put a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top with some butter ripple schnapps on top of that. There's the ticket for an adult dessert. Way better when you take the disc, break it in half, and use that much dough as opposed to a full disc of dough. You could throw some brown sugar in here, and that would caramelize the apples, like make a bit of a caramel sauce on the inside, if you wanted to. You really need to supervise this thing, because, yeah. And I'm applying just a bit of pressure. It's not hot. This handle is not hot, but the unit itself is hot, so just be careful. Production assistant, do you want to try one with less dough?
I'm game.
Yeah, he does. Can I have your plate? Tongs this time.
That's perfect.
Oh, that's what we ended up with. I think that's way better.
And this is the drunken episode of cooking today.
Thanks to BC Wines. This is really good.
He's had like one taco, but 2 waffles.
Use bacon.
He's bacon.
Wow, this is breakfast.
So there you go. Apparently it's a hit. Who knew? Grab yourself a Dash waffle maker. Mini waffle maker from London Drugs. Some flaky rolled dough. A couple of apples. And you got dessert. So I'm going to throw another one of these on the waffle maker. While we wrap up our, too much. While we wrap up our cooking show, too much. Too much, too much, too much. Oopsies. There you go. All those spices are just, okay, all right. All right, so there we go. And I'm just gonna put that aside. You're gonna get a lot of waffles out of one package of dough, by the way. Cheers. So again tonight, we featured Cedar Creek, the Senator 2018 wine from the BC Okanagan. Give it a try, it's really good. Highly recommend it. Again, please support BC Wines. They're some of the best in the world. And yeah, easily found at Save On Foods. Or your BC liquor stores. So there you go. So what did we cook tonight? Recap really quickly here. We did coconut chicken tacos. We had a bit of an issue at the beginning. We used a chicken breast instead of rotisserie chicken, and really you should be using a rotisserie chicken for this recipe. It'll just work way better. Or if you're going to use 1 can of coconut milk, use 2 chicken breasts and shred them. It'll just work way better that way for you, okay? Then for dessert, we made apple waffles, or waffles stuffed with apples, and they turned out really good. Who knew? So for the apple waffles, I definitely would probably top them off with vanilla ice cream, and if you want to make them an adult dessert, toss some butter ripple schnapps on top of the ice cream and it'll be amazing. Otherwise, I would probably serve these, like the production assistant said, with some maple syrup. Yeah, but I think they would be fine on their own too without the maple syrup. I'm gonna have mine without the maple syrup. So there you go. Cheers! Happy Saturday night, everybody. Happy cooking. And we look forward to seeing you again soon for our next cooking show.